When you ask AI to answer a question, generate an image, or write a line of code, somewhere a machine kicks into gear. A neural network of high-performance computing in data centers that consume huge swathes of land. There are now thousands of them around the world, and they're getting harder to sustain.
These AI data centers just require an enormous amount of power in order to run them, also to cool them, and so they've essentially hit what is an energy wall.
Imagine asking ChatGPT a question and instead of your answer coming from a data center on Earth, it comes from space. Not science fiction, not Hollywood. A US startup has announced plans to build AI data centers in orbit, powered directly by the sun. Even more astonishing, the company wants to deploy 1 lakh satellites capable of delivering 10 gigawatts of computing power, roughly equivalent to the electricity consumed by millions of homes. And it isn't alone. SpaceX, Google, Blue Origin, and several space tech startups are all exploring the future of computing beyond Earth. But here's the bigger question. Could AI's biggest environmental challenge actually push humanity into space? Hi, this is Indranil and welcome to the Spotlight Media and Technology, where we decode ESG, technology, policy, and the future of the global economy. Let's explore one of the most extraordinary ideas of this decade. Artificial intelligence is growing faster than almost any technology in history. Every ChatGPT prompt, every AI-generated image, every autonomous vehicle, every AI search requires enormous computing power. And computing requires something even more valuable: electricity. According to estimates from the International Energy Agency, electricity demand from data centers is expected to rise sharply over the coming years, driven largely by AI. But electricity isn't the only challenge. Modern AI data centers also require millions of liters of water every day for cooling. As AI adoption accelerates, countries face a difficult question. How do we power the AI revolution without overwhelming our energy grids and water resources? Some companies believe the answer isn't bigger data centers, it's moving them into orbit. US startup Orbital believes AI computing belongs in space. Its founder and CEO, Ye-Win Poon, says the company plans to launch its first AI data center satellite next year, not decades from now, next year. Orbital has already filed an application with the US Federal Communications Commission to deploy 1 lakh satellites in low Earth orbit between 500 and 800 kilometers above Earth. Their target: deliver 10 gigawatts of computing capacity dedicated primarily to AI. Think about these satellites as server racks floating in space, each one roughly the size of a refrigerator. Solar panels unfold to generate electricity. Radiators dissipate heat directly into the cold vacuum of space. No massive cooling towers, no freshwater consumption, no competition for land. Instead, continuous solar energy, natural heat dissipation, and nearly unlimited room to expand. Orbital isn't alone. Some of the world's biggest technology companies are exploring orbital computing. SpaceX, Google, Blue Origin, and startups like Starcloud and Kepler Communications. Even Elon Musk has discussed ambitions involving massive satellite deployments supporting future AI infrastructure. Why? Because AI demand is exploding. Today's global data center capacity is estimated at around 100 gigawatts. Orbital believes its planned satellite constellation alone could contribute another 10 gigawatts. And if multiple companies succeed, the world's AI computing capacity could expand dramatically over the next decade. Initially, these orbital data centers aim to replace Earth-based facilities. Instead, they will complement them. Especially for AI inference, the process where trained AI models generate responses, translate languages, recognize images, and answer billions of users' queries every day. But here's where reality catches up with ambition. The biggest obstacle isn't technology, it's economics. Today, building one satellite cost around $5 million US. Launching it aboard a Falcon 9 rocket may cost another $5 million US or more. That's simply too expensive for deployment at massive scale. Everything depends on one critical breakthrough: lower launch cost. Orbital believes startups SpaceX's next-generation launch vehicle could reduce launch cost dramatically, possibly towards $1 lakh US per satellite, and if that happens, the economics of orbital computing could change completely. Without affordable launch systems, space AI remains a niche experiment. With them, it could become an entirely new industry. At the Spotlight Media and Technology, we see this story as much bigger than satellite. It's about future of sustainable computing. Let's begin with environmental. Space-based AI infrastructure could reduce dependence on freshwater cooling. It could harness uninterrupted solar energy above Earth's atmosphere. It could ease pressure on crowded electricity grids. But sustainability doesn't end there. Thousands or even hundreds of thousands of satellites also raise concerns about space debris, orbit congestion, rocket emissions, and the long-term sustainability of Earth's orbital environment. Now the social dimension. AI is becoming critical infrastructure, healthcare, education, climate science, financial systems, manufacturing. Making AI more energy efficient could improve global access while reducing environmental cost. And finally, governance. Who regulates AI infrastructure in space? Who manages orbital traffic? Who owns space-based computing? How do nations prevent cyber threats targeting orbital AI systems? And how do we ensure equitable access to this new digital infrastructure? These questions don't yet have complete answers, which is why governance may become just as important as technology itself. Just a decade ago, cloud computing transformed the internet. Today, artificial intelligence is transforming computing itself. Tomorrow, that computing may no longer happen entirely on Earth. Whether Orbital succeeds or not, the direction is clear. The race is no longer just about building smarter AI. It's about building smarter infrastructure to power it. Perhaps the next chapter of the AI revolution won't be written in Silicon Valley. It may be written 500 kilometers above our heads. That's why at the Spotlight Media and Technology, we believe the future of AI isn't just a technology story. It's an ESG story, because the biggest innovation isn't creating more intelligence. It's creating intelligence that is sustainable, resilient, and responsibly governed. If you are navigating AI strategy, digital infrastructure, ESG, or sustainable innovation at your organization, we help companies with ESG strategy and communication. Link in the description. If you found this analysis valuable, subscribe to the Spotlight Beyond Profession, where we decode the future of technology, sustainability, policy, and the global economy. Until next time, keep questioning the future. Thank you very much for watching and signing it off.